Okay, so these are my layouts that I made. There are 12 altogether that I managed to make. Some of them I made last summer. The rest were made quite recently, which you may have seen posted on the Mind the Scrap Facebook group there. Quite a few I did by joining in the challenges, which helps so much to get started on a layout. Even if you go off in a different direction, it's great to get going on a layout when you've got a starting point, like a challenge or a mood board, those sorts of things. So I'll go through these as briefly as I can. Right, so this one is the first one I made. I used the thickers from the kit and did an ombre effect on them. They're kind of a teal through to blue. I'm sorry, the lighting is really bad, so it's probably not coming up very well, but if you go on my Instagram, I have got better pictures and you can zoom in a little bit on those, I believe. So if you do want to check them out in better lighting, then they are up there. So for this one, I did use up some of the stickers from the kit here and there, and then I added a few extras from my stash just to spread the kit a bit further. So that's the first one. Hello, Happy Chappy. The second one I made was this one, and it's basically just my little boy's knees, and it was at Christmas and they were really cute and chubby, so I just scrapped it. And I cut the triangular paper down to make a shape, although I then covered it with my photo mostly and then had black on the other half. Added some texture paste, some gesso to make the picture pop up a bit better, and I coloured the thickers here with a colour that matched the other blues in there. And then there's a few stickers from my stash, a few word stickers, and that was it for that one. Oh, journaling white pen up the side, that's it. This one I made for Father's Day last year, and it's just lots and lots of little snapshots of my boy with his daddy, and this came from my stash which I already had, and I added these stickers as well, but the papers and the cardstocks are all from the kit. This one I remember being a sketch that we did. I added the washi, but the papers are from the kit. I did a mixed media background, which is the reverse of a stencil, so I sprayed through the stencil, then smushed the remaining ink down, which gave this sort of faded effect here. And then there's just some punched out circles from the kit. This was the ombre paper and the blue cardstock, and I just added a few enamel dots from my stash and the title from the stash as well. This one again was inspired by the group. I believe it was a sketch or a scrap lift. These are the ones I did last year, so I don't remember exactly what all of these ones were about, whether they were a sketch or a scrap lift or whatever. So for this one, I used a lot of the stickers. I did use some thickers from my stash, and then I cut some glasses out with my die cut machine, and did some sparkly ones as well, and I added just a few hearts and other little bits from my stash as well. Mostly that's the kit as well. This one, I took my ombre paper, added some texture paste, added some stickers from the kit, added the thickers and altered them to black, added lots of the circles. I wanted to use up a lot of these circles on here. Some of them pop out a bit better than others, but overall I'm happy with it. I used the frames as well, and these are faux enamel or flare badges, I guess I call them, and they're made from epoxy stickers with using punch, and these are the smaller size, but that's what they are, and you just stick paper to the back of them and they look like enamel dots or flare badges. So they work out really well for using up your paper but then creating them into embellishments instead. And then obviously lots of splatters on there as well with different sprays. Okay, these next ones are ones that I've done more recently. This one is pretty much all the kit. I used the colour shine for the lettering, I used the frame, I stitched around the edges here, added some stickers from the kit here and there. I used some texture paste from my stash and some splatters there as well. And I die cut this train out to go with it because it went really well. Because obviously he's got his train there. And I still need to date and journal on that one. I'll be journaling in the back, but I'll probably add the date down here. I just forgot, I guess. Right, so this next one was a scrap lift or a sketch. These are the recent ones, so they're not far back in the Facebook book feed if you want to go and check them out, because there's quite a few of us did this challenge. On this one I got to use up lots of the scraps of paper here, all from the kit. I added some texture paste behind it all, and the challenge accepted. I wanted to use that up because it was one of the last large things I had, large stickers left, and I found these pictures on my phone where me and my fiance were just pulling faces at each other. So that sort of fit, I guess. And then these little things here are all little enamel shapes where I punched out of the paper to make extra embellishments to make the kit go further and add a bit of dimension. I don't know if I can catch one in the light for you to see. Oh, there we go. That's in there. And that was that one. This one again was a sketch challenge. Punched out lots of circles. Used white cardstock from a stash by now, I believe, but the blue is from the kit. And I just added lots of these little punched out enamel epoxy shapes again. I coloured thickers again, and the title was basically trying to use up some of the letters, and I managed to get out of it. If you there's a comedian, Mickey Flanagan, who says, "Oh, you're not out, you're out," when you're properly out on the Raz rather than out with your Sainsbury's bag. That will probably make no sense at all unless you've seen it. But yes, that's all I did with this one, and then just added some sprays in the background and a bit of journaling and date stamp stitching through the circles. And this one, I was really low on paper by this point, so I used the whole punching out circles thing again, because that works really well because you get so much more out of your paper that way, I think. So it's just lots and lots of circles, some ink circles that I added here and there, and some splatters. And then again, I used the epoxy circles. I've got different sizes. I've got several different sizes all punched out. And I coloured in my lettering using the palest pink in the papers just to make it pop a bit better, so that it stood out against the other colours, because there's just a little bit of that peachy colour in there. And then I backed my photo with some of the blue cardstock, which was pretty much all I had left. And I used some of these words here and there, and I've still got some of them left, which I'm going to roll over to my next kit to use up. And then just my journaling, my date stamp down the side. So that's that one. And this was the final one I made. I managed to scrape a few bits of paper still out of it and some strips to finish this one. So I just did, this was another challenge from the Mindscrap Facebook group. So I just stitched across the top and the side here, added just some pen as a border. I inked the thickest from the kit. I did some more of the enamel shapes. I punched a star. I sprayed some cardstock black, punched a star out so it actually is a bit glittery, and then I used glossy accents to create that embellishment there. The rest are the enamel dots, and then I've got a few dots of the Crystal Drops by Nuvo on there as well. And so that's it. That is the last layout that I made with the kit. So I'll quickly go back through them again in reverse order for you to see them again. So I've got Munch, Little Cutie, Out, Challenge Accepted, New Train, Trinkies, Geek Chic, Favourite, The Best Dad, Oh Those Knees, and Happy Chappy. And that's all of them. So I hope I haven't gone on too long. Thanks for joining me today. And please go check out the Mind the Scrap Facebook group, and I'll leave a link to their shop as well if you want to subscribe, join the fun, and get one of their kits. So thanks for joining me again. Bye!